Hey guys, so I just got to notice that I don't know which type of spatial account it or like it seems like all the creator like versions like worlds and spatial are going away that people have made, and so I'm going to make this video for in case this world disappears. For some reason it's hang on a sec. Yeah, it says Creator Worlds will be closing on July 27th, 2026. Learn more and export your content. It is 6/23/2026. So it's in 4 days. So I really hope I'm able to make this video. I'm gonna try to do it from the link. Bespoke art gallery. Come on. It was loading up this. Come on. I was really happy about this. This was created. It hosts a bunch of my art in like a 3D art gallery. Yeah, there we go. Okay, come on. There it is. So my favorite thing is like to look at the art and then to come out on one of these sides and stare out at the infinite ocean with blue skies. But this is in third person. I'm gonna go into first person because that's my favorite. It's like a real life. So I really hope this art gallery exists after 4 days, but it's probably just gonna be this video. So I'm going to, hold on, there it is. So welcome to my art exhibit. This one, the abundance bag over here is a real bag that I designed. It's a Urban Day tote. It is a bag, but I literally just like it's just something that is able to be produced, and it doesn't stand up like that. It actually like you have to hang it up in order for it to look like that. Like it'll slouch. But there's only like there's a one or maybe two in existence. But here's like if it were like an art piece like to be printed out on a canvas, this is what it looks like. But I'm now going to go through my art gallery. So this is somebody I was asking like what art could I make, and as a photo manipulation artist, this is what I made. He asked for a fruit basket. So this is a fruit basket with delicious looking food. Looks like a painting, and I added in those star grapes from Japan that everybody's been talking about. There's a banana, there's an apple, there's two different types of grapes. I found a really nice looking fruit basket, and then I added in the star grapes, cut them out, put them on, and then I made it look like a painting. So here we go. Moving on. And that was that one. And then let's get back in here. Did I just turn around instantly? What the heck? Alright, so this is some bricks, a close-up of some bricks that were on a TV that was not going to be around for like that TV was broken. So like some of the things like the pixel that had dead pixels that would like randomly glitch out. So there's the cyber bricks. Here is me in my room at the ranch on a rose little. You can see the Kung Fu Panda poster and the plane from my from my grandpa, one of my two grandpas on my stepdad's side. This is the cactus, and this is me. This is a picture of me with a rose wearing my vinyl scratch shirt with my with the Otis symbol on it, my symbol, and the Otis symbol, and from Chronicles of Vladimir Todd. And I was in my apartment, and I was worried about losing the rose, so I had put it into a vase, but I had taken this picture beforehand, and the lighting's good. Um, I have somewhere I have a video of this image with like um, with it's like this. So here's the. So this is these. I'm really glad I put these next to each other. So here's one of my first drawings. Like once I created the h3video1 logo, I later on I printed it out, and then like later on after that I printed it out with a blue background. But this was after I had created the logo. I had practiced. So I had practiced drawing it, and then I drew it on this big brown piece of paper, and then or the Masons or whatever these the or the church or the Masons or the H3, and then check this out, caterpillar. It's a caterpillar. There we go. It's blue and yellow. Here's I in Photoshop I drew I wrote over this one of the characters from the series that was based off of Pawn and Z. This was the main character from something I was going to make comics of, and that was Jared Stone. And here's my old logo before the h3video1 logo. This is the 1995.com, and that's actually the board in the background, but I just copied it over a bunch of times and put that with these I be the mad scientist, Bwahahaha. And I had like these goggles, and I actually added like a bevel or whatever like over the goggles to make them look cooler. And then here is one of my greatest creations, and for the Kabbalah behind the Tesseract, like the hexagram or whatever, and the nun and me sitting in a chair and standing as an angel, like it's this is a piece of art that I made, and my favorite thing about it is that I left the white and gray squares background on the thing, which reminds me it reminds me like if I'm not at the computer and I look at this, it reminds me of like the transparency effect or look of whenever you're working in Photoshop on things. Like that's kind of what it looks like usually. But like the image actually, like it had the transparency, but it was misdownloaded, and so like it had the transparency, but I left that in there. And there's, you can see me layered with the praying with all the hand motions all at once, and the Kabbalah, and then this version with the burgundy and light blue to the other colors, the Tesseract to the side, the square, the cube, then here's photography at the Dallas house at with the texture, as you can see, of the plant at my mom's garden, my stepmom's garden. And then here's a screenshot of Forco's, the video, where I had everything had a sound. I used Foley for it. And then here's one of my first cropping out the background, and it is over the same background as all the characters for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So that's me, SSBB, Christian Waldrop. And then here's something using a TikTok, like put a picture for the background. I put this was a video, and this is me in my new jacket, black and white in front of a brick wall that I wasn't actually in front of a brick wall, and I think it is fantastic. Here's me as like it's like the main, like the GMR of the Grandmaster High Chief. Like this was his profile picture, and um I I put myself on the beach, wherever that beach is. So I think it might be in California near Bohemian Grove or something. But there's me in front of like at the same, like at the place where the Grandmaster High Chief guy was, when it was of like the, I think it's like the Masons of like the, it's either in California, Texas, or I think it might be Washington. And he's just like he sometimes has pictures of him just sitting at the chair with the other Masons. And this was his WhatsApp image, and I just replaced the Grand GM Grandmaster with me. And then here's GM Grandmaster me with my 3 hoodie that was taken from me for some reason, next to my artwork and things that I had printed out on my at the ranch. And I had my 3 hoodie, and I actually was wearing headphones here when I used to listen to a lot of music. And then let's go over to the other side. And then, but with taking a moment to glance out at the water and take breathing exercises 2 times. In for 4. Out. Hold. In for 4. Out for 4. Deep breath. There we go. Look at that. There we go. That's all virtual. That sky. The center here. I had showed my friend Sarah, and she had like her character was like, there's that abundance bag again. It's the design for the abundance bag was cheering fans, and the light code of abundance that is usually in light blue, but I made it like a sunset. And then I think that the light code of abundance of like the Pleiadian or whatever has it looks like a treble clef. This is something that I made. This was a big race car that I got for a present. It stopped working, and then I painted. I bought like this expensive spray paint, and I colored it the colors of the blue Raptor, which could be like a car, or it could be a dune buggy, and but I don't know. I think some mean person threw it in the trash, and I didn't have it after because it was because they took it from me, and they threw it away. It's I never got it back. I took a picture of it. I was so sad that like they kept taking my things. Like some of them were things that I had pictures of, some of them were things that I didn't have pictures of. But like that was a really big, cool race car, and like it was a unique, one of a kind piece of art that I had made to paint it like that. Here is the Eternal Flame, the Statue of Liberty, was for the Lightbringer type version of, or Doctor Strange with the Grandmaster with the Time Stone, and the Doctor Strange robe with the clock at the 12, or both at the top, where you can't tell if it's AM or PM, with all with the Sword of the Holy Titans from swag.move, and all the red paper lanterns. And then here is 2 from whenever in 8th grade, whenever I was a photographer. In a photography class, Mr. P one of the assignments was leaves. To get leaves, put them into a folder, and then do photography of the leaves. So this one is a abstract background where I put all the leaves in together and made the whole image solid leaves from fall. And then here was a single leaf with a bunch of specially done Photoshop to get a certain effect that I'd seen before. This is an AI generated thing from something that just somehow knows who a famous person is. I was like Grimes High Priestess, and then later on, the later version of this was actually me wearing the with the red hair and the High Priestess, and I actually changed the ears to be my ears rather than the goblin ears or whatever. Um, and then here is me as Raven Shadow, Joshin, the Joshin hair, the just Joshin, just the awesome, the best, most awesome version of me that I would play as this character. And there's several versions of like sometimes I use a blacklight, sometimes I use effects, and now I have something new that is like a real-time solution for doing Raven Shadow. I can even wear a green wig instead of a light blue wig, and I can make the hair green using some tools that Google has publicly available. There's me, Grandmaster Raven Shadow, with Iron Man suit, the thick gauntlets for like if somebody tries to hit me, I can move my hands, and I have the time stone. That's like a, sort of like a Grandmaster or like a Batman or like an Iron Man type of a character on a good path. There's two pictures of that I took of the Awesome Blaster because I was afraid I was gonna that something was gonna go wrong. So I took two pictures of. I actually, this is the same Awesome Blaster, but I had originally made. I actually had two of these. One of them, the paint was chipped. One of them wasn't. And I gave it to somebody, but they broke it whenever. So like, this is the only one that I had. And it was the Awesome Blaster. It was one of those specially made by me, one of a kind objects that if somebody stole it from me, like it would be tragic because because it's very valuable and nobody else it doesn't exist anywhere else. Other than when I use that green and black filter or mod to make that multi tool in Starbound when you come down from the spaceship, like there was like a skin that I found that looks like the Awesome Blaster. So I guess if I wanted to use the Awesome Blaster again, I could just play Starbound and find that mod again. There is a drawing of the lizard racer that I had made, and I went over it and I made a high quality, super saturated color in a super cool lighting, like he got off of the motorcycle, and like so Lizard Racer X with the h3video1ravenshadow in the bottom right. And I made it was a gray background, and I made the background. You could make the background anything, but I made it this image. There he is, Racer X. And then here is a photo outside of the window of a plane, and I recolored the sky and the clouds to look like this. And then here, somewhere over there, I had the Forcos video, which was a serial comedy, and then here was another serial comedy, Muff Muffs, Monty Mufferson, the Muff Muffs serial comedy pun thing, which was actually another cereal commercial like Forcos was. And then here is the old Sheikh Kura Siri Queen of China fox mask. And then here is another item which I picked. I was afraid that certain things in my room when I was living with my parents, that things would just go missing. So I tried to pick like a few images that maybe I could print out again, and a few objects that were really important to me and were one of a kind objects that I made that I made myself or that I bought. And I actually had the golden fuzzle drop, was one of the things that I had for the longest time. So until somebody broke into my apartment while I was out grocery shopping, and they started a fire in my apartment, and like I like everything was topsy turvy, and like I was homeless, and like and then he didn't pay for the hotel, and he had gotten me in trouble with the law, and like there was all this negative stuff, and I just walked and wound up in a better situation after. And the place I live now is like I feel safe because it's like fireproof or whatever. Like it's got fire security, and like And hopefully, and like I don't think anybody knows where it is. So like hopefully nobody just like walks in and destroys my stuff. But yeah, I had the golden puzzle drop. This thing here. It's another picture of one of these objects in my hand. This what do you call it? This spray painted gold with metallic gold. It is a one like because I have like I have this silverware that is stainless steel, but it's colored gold. That is called alchemy. And then this was also alchemy. This was a piece of coral that looks like a gold nugget. And it is called the golden puzzle drop, and I don't have it anymore. I don't have it anymore, and that is like, like I'm literally in a room with the ideal bed and the ideal computer and my things, and it took me 3 years to get back all my furniture and get back all my things, and you're like a wealth mindset thing is your things. These are the things you have, and this golden puzzle drop. It may be a picture of it in my hand, but I do not have said golden puzzle drop. And then here is the pony version of the unicorn version, because there's a alicorn and a unicorn version of Ravenshadow, who's the character that I play as for lip sync videos. And so as you can see, he has green eyes. He's got the green hair with the sometimes turquoise, sometimes more green, turquoise blue, like type of a streak in the hair. And this is how to make Ravenshadow. He has like this. And then this, like, it's basically the Otis symbol from the Otis symbol from Chronicles of Vladimir Todd is cutie mark, because it looks like books, or it looks like the pillars, like a 3 version of the pillars from like the Holy Trinity, or like whatever, or the Mason stuff. And then here is I took a picture of me holding a leaf, and then I took a picture of the sky, but it was reflected in a puddle. So I turned the puddle upside down, and I put the leaf as though I was holding it up to the sky, but it's actually an illusion. So I'm glad I explained that. But like, okay, here we go. So I'm going to go back out to the bench, and I'm in the simulation, and I'm going to be like, I breathe in, and isn't this was so great that I happened to see this 4 days before it might have been gone, and it's that the art gallery is like you can't just walk around all willy-nilly, but you can go through the whole art gallery with the artist telling you about the art on my YouTube channel. If you ever somehow stumble upon the YouTube channel, or if I ever promote it. But there's my art gallery in Spatial. Thank you so much for watching.